Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smart, and I'm back at it again with a late night video. I just thought about it. Wait, no. There's a bunch of things happening in professional wrestling right now, currently at the moment, that we got to talk about. Doesn't make sense to wait the next day, especially when I can't do anything because I have to get back up 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gone all the way up until 3 o'clock in the morning. Yes, got to pull a double shift. It is what it is. Not your struggle, my struggle. Who gives a fuck? But it doesn't make any sense to wait till Wednesday to talk about this when pretty much everybody would have talked about it. Let's just get it out the way right now. You'll see it in the morning time. Life will go on. Why am I still rambling about my personal life? Who the fuck cares about my personal life? What you care about is professional motherfucking wrestling, which is why you're fucking sad and pathetic. Alright, so first things first. Let's talk about the AEW ratings, okay? Because I think that's gonna tie in really smoothly what's been going on tonight with Raw in particular. So the Continental Classic, all that other bullshit. Guess what the rating was tonight? Try to guess. Well, I guess last Wednesday, right? People are like, oh, Devontae, where's the ratings and the viewership? Never gonna come. Bitch, it came today. Shut your ass up. 536,000 views. Now you're probably saying to yourself, whoa, that's a low number. And yeah, obviously, no shit, dumbass nigga. Of course, it's in the 500,000 range. Of course, it's a low ass number. And then you're gonna get some of the cretins are gonna come out with the woodwork. Well, Devontae, actually, Thanksgiving was Thursday and this show was Wednesday, and people were most likely out and yada 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 this, yada 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 that. Motherfucker, you got a motherfucking cell phone. Okay, I'm pretty sure cell phones count in the whole rating bullshit also, right? Right, so as long as you're watching it through a cable provider, it doesn't matter in the end of the day, right? What I see is that people did not give a fuck. People did not give a shit. People did not give a dick about AEW that week. Point blank. Whether it was Thanksgiving, whether it was fucking Christmas, whether it was fucking Hanukkah, whether it was fucking Kwanzaa, don't look at what Kwanzaa and how it started. It doesn't matter. No one gave a shit about the show because nothing was going on in the motherfucking show. What part do you motherfuckers not get? When you ain't got no story, when you ain't got no characters that you can relate to, what else were you going to fucking expect from a show that close to Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving didn't just play a part, okay? Thanksgiving, traditionally with wrestling and all that. Okay, wait, why am I even arguing this? Again, it was on a fucking Wednesday. Like, if you're gonna go see your family or whatever, you're going on a fucking airplane, I don't know, you're fucking taking a car ride, I don't know, like you're on a fucking paddy wagon or some shit, I don't know, it depends how black you are or whatever minority status you are. My point being is, you can watch the shit on your cell phone. Again, nigga, you ain't there, ain't Thanksgiving right then and there. Most people pass the time. They didn't even use AEW to pass the motherfucking time because they ain't got shit going on at the moment. But that ties in very smoothly with what's been happening tonight on Raw, right? So, obviously, the big story coming out of this, actually, you know what? One may even argue, I think most people will agree this is the biggest story, but you can make a solid argument that this wasn't even probably the biggest story coming out of all this, though, right? You can make a solid argument. It's going to be wrong, but you can try, though. The whole stuff with the New Day. So, you had Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. They're feigning that they're going to break up. We need to go our separate ways. A decade has been long enough. And while they're getting ready to so-called separate, Big E comes out, right? He comes out. He walks down to the ring, right? He's celebrating with the New Day, going over all the times and things that they went through, the trials and tribulations in life and all this other fucking put your head on my shoulder, whatever. All that fucking good shit, right? And out of nowhere, Xavier Woods starts to read him the riot act. Where were you when we needed you? You want to be here now? And then Kofi with one of the most diabolical fucking lines. Like, the savagery from this man is like, oh my God, holy shit. He said, what did he say? He said something along the lines of, I'm probably not speaking verbatim here, but he was like, yeah, forget about your neck, or some shit like that. It was a line that was just like, I forgot what he said verbatim. It was actually a hell of a lot better than what I said here, but something along the lines of, no one gives a shit about your neck. Fuck your neck. Stupid neck. Your neck is lame, okay? Then he started talking about like Stone Cold Steve Austin and Kurt Angle and Edge. Notice I didn't mention Paige. And in regards to their necks and all that other kind of stuff, and he noted the fact that they all came back and they had no one who was waiting for them, whereas you had 2 family members and you turned your back on us. And Big E's trying to make his case like, okay, but, and Xavier's like, no, but this, I got my Achilles tendon torn right off the bone. Unlike you, I actually had to go through surgery. And guess what? I came back to the family. You didn't. You turned your back on us. You went to go chill with Mia Yim's sister and her tight ass pussy. What about us, huh? Why won't you chill with us? We bigger pussies than Mia Yim's pussy. Her sister's pussy. You probably fucking Mia Yim too, to be honest with you. But, I mean, he was actually, spitting facts a little tiny bit. You know what I mean? He was kind of laying down the law. And Xavier and Kofi Kingston jumping in, still being a savage, talking a lot of shit. And then, they told Big E to get the fuck out of the ring. And then they looked at each other and they did this really, really gay pose when they kind of stared at each other's eyes very lovingly for a minute. And then they hand-capped. They were like, justice has been served. Me and you, brother, forever. I got that thug in love. No one else was playing that in their mind when that shit was going on. Okay, maybe it was just me. But that was a dope ass segment. That segment fucking cooked. One of the best swerves I've ever fucking seen. Did not see any of that shit coming. Gotta give them props. Kudos for everyone involved in this entire story. But it gets better because it's not just this. We also got a dope ass story that kicked off Raw apparently. I didn't watch Raw. I had to go back and watch clips because I was at work. But look at all the stuff that happened in the beginning of Raw also. The stuff with Seth Rollins and CM Punk and Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. And Jey Uso got attacked backstage, which apparently it ended up most likely being Drew McIntyre, who came out later on that night when Seth Rollins is going up against Sami Zayn, which, by the way, they themselves kind of cut away from the CM Punk stuff and they had their own little story going on also, talking about all the stuff in regards to backstabbing Roman Reigns. All that shit was fucking awesome. And like I said, in the main event with Drew McIntyre getting involved in shit, all that shit cooked. Look at how many ways they were just kind of cutting through the lines and getting around so many stories, so many arcs. That was fucking fantastic. That was fucking fantastic. Now, granted, unfortunately, I'm not sure whether or not that's going to play a factor into the ratings this week. But I damn sure think it's going to play a factor into next week's ratings because, like me, everybody probably seen the show and they think to themselves, well, fuck, we seen this show this week. I wonder what's going to happen next week because that's how cliffhangers typically work, right? You got a nice story in the beginning, you got a nice story in the middle, and you got a cliffhanger in the end with the return of Drew McIntyre, who hasn't been seen for nearly 2 months now. That's exactly how it's supposed to be done. And like I said, I guarantee you, it's going to pay off in the ratings for them next week. Mark my words, it will pay off for them in the ratings next week. Maybe even this week if people were watching, via social media and staying up with it like I was. I guarantee you their social media numbers are fucking cooking right now. This all comes back to now, though, when it's all said and done. AEW, I hope you're taking notes, bruh. I hope you're taking notes. See, this is what I mean. And people are going to probably be like, damn, Devontae, you're tying this back up with AEW again? Well, dumbass nigga, you should probably rewind a couple seconds when I first started talking about AEW because I'm tying this all in together, okay? This is called linear storytelling. I'm doing it for my own video, okay? AEW should be paying attention to my own video also, okay? Giving them tips without even them recognizing this shit. But this is what they should be focusing on doing. You look at your ratings, you look at your viewership numbers, and you ask yourself, why do no one care about us? We're going to tap our fingertips together like a random anime girl and try to act all curious as to why we don't understand what's going on. It's pretty fucking clear, bro. You got no one to relate to. There are no relatable stories currently going on at the moment, and you keep trying to substitute for the professional wrestling aspect of it, the in-ring aspect of it. This is what happens when your mind is on Meltzer, okay? Never go full Meltzer. You OD on Meltzer, and it's a painful, painful, painful death for your company, okay? It's not a way you want to go out. You let these people gas your ass up. Not just Meltzer, but the fanboys in the audience too. I feel vindicated as fuck. I've been feeling really, really vindicated. So many W's in the column from me this past few weeks, right? Whether it's the Sean Ross Sapp stuff, whether it's the Brian Zane stuff, whether it's the stuff that's been going on currently with politics, and now this right here, I'm just catching W's left and right. Don't fuck up my mojo right now, okay? I'm feeling myself right now. All the people who were like, "Stop talking about AEW. I'm gonna come to your video and hypocritically say, why do you cancel my... Oh, you complain too much. You complain for the sake of complaining. Well, look at their viewership number. It's fucking dog shit. And look at the buzz that's currently going on right now with WWE. They got more buzz right now with Raw currently at this moment with the news cycle than they did at Survivor Series. And that's just simply Raw. We're not talking about SmackDown. We're not talking about Saturday night's main event building up to that show. We're not talking about the fallout with what is going to happen with the Bloodline. We're not talking about Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Just simply Raw by themselves were able to capture that much attention for the wrestling media and for the wrestling fans to have something to talk about, more so than they did with Survivor Series. I mean, honestly, this is just fucking common sense. And look at the fans also. I love seeing how all the fans right now are all giddy. They're all got their titties all perked out. Their nipples are super hard. They're squishing in. They're tearing in. They're just like the Comcast guys off that South Park episode. Oh, really? Oh, tell us more. Ooh, can we get more stories, Daddy? Ooh, I'm gonna rub my nipples even harder. Yeah. That's called, purpose. It's called reasoning. It's called actually having things to look forward to. Because stories and promos and angles matter more than the in-ring. Because without the stories and promos and angles, then you have no character. And without any character, you have no reason to want to watch the match in itself. Like these fools, they'll gaslight you and they pretend as if they actually care about the people and the actual in-ring aspect because the moves are all that matter. But, if that was the case, then where are the AEW fanboys showing up in droves, standing for their company? Huh? Where are all the AEW fanboys, the ones who care so much about the in-ring aspect, who aren't showing up for the Continental Classic? Huh? 534,000 fans, right? Even the people, even the faithful, even the ones who are consistently there around the 600,000 range, where the fuck are they? How far did AEW drop this week? Well, it has to be over 100,000 views, right? They were around like 600,000 something last week from my understanding, and they're like towards the lower portion of the 500,000 range. So they dropped at least 100,000 fans. Where are they? Huh? Do they not exist? Did they just disappear? It's almost as if they can't actually stand by the things that they say. Almost as if you don't really give a fuck about the in-ring action, and reality is just a litmus test, right? It's a purity test. How big of a wrestling fan are you? Let me see how big of a wrestling fan are you. Can you describe to me the match back in 1964 in New Japan Pro Wrestling? Or how about you can tell me how many 5-star matches given to Will Ospreay by our cuck boy, our king of the all cuckeries, Dave Meltzer? Maybe if you can lick his ass just a little bit harder and some crust can probably get on your tongue, maybe then you can be crusted the Dave Meltzer follower of the day. Am I right or am I wrong? I think I'm right. Folks, in-ring action isn't the end-all be-all. If the New Day shit didn't prove that, if the stuff that happened tonight with Seth Rollins and CM Punk and Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn didn't prove that, then nothing will. That's what's going to get people's attention. And mind you, notice, they didn't have to do anything in regards to bringing back The Rock or Stone Cold or any of that stuff. All the talent who are contracted and full-time at the moment did all of that. Just like all the talent who were contracted at AEW and they did all the cringy bullshit that they did at Full Gear and all that other kind of bullshit, full-time wrestler no different than the full-time roster in WWE. Don't say it's not hard. Don't say it's not possible. It's absolutely possible. You just decide that you don't want to do it. Don't do it then. Let's see where that gets ya in a couple of years from now. Well, I mean, that's if you're still around, because there's a good shot that you might be canceled by that point, but that's okay. Just a short little video. Wanted to talk about this. I need to go to bed. Well, first I'm gonna eat dinner, then I'm gonna go to bed. So I'll be catching you guys on Wednesday. A deuces and a P eyes.